Good morning, Enid. Welcome to our show today on this Thursday, February 11. Boy, the weather changed. Must be Oklahoma. 78 yesterday, but right now it's a cold 36, and the wind's out of the north at 14. But we'll have more details about the weather here on our show. Thanks for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee and have some fun with us for the next 30 minutes. I'm Steve Keim.
And I'm Ashley Keim.
Welcome back.
Good to be here.
Doesn't it seem like we were just here?
Just here.
Just here.
It's an early morning.
We have a great show. Welcome to our Valentine's theme show. We're going to be talking about the heart and Valentine's and chocolate and everything else associated with that.
And chocolate.
And a little trivia, so.
Yes. Welcome back, Enid. We are so happy to be here again, and it is time to rise and shine.
Everyone ready? Stand by A table. Live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cue.
Again, thank you for joining us on Good Morning Enid. And I failed to mention for our pilots that are so faithful and watching us on Thursday mornings, the wind's out of the north at 14. Kind of mentioned that, but just keep in mind that yesterday the wind was from the south. Today it's from the north. Tomorrow it's probably from the east. I don't know, it just changes. Well, welcome to our Valentine's show. You look very Valentine-y today. Is that a word?
Valentiniest. That's the first time I've heard that one. You don't look so bad yourself, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I woke up, this is what I had on. I said, let's go.
Right. I woke up like this. That's definitely what happened.
Did you know that a man has a bigger heart than a woman? Did you know that?
I didn't.
According to the people who know, and I'm not sure who that is, they say that typically a woman's heart weighs 8 ounces and a man's heart is 10 ounces. So men have bigger hearts.
Well, maybe size-wise.
Yeah.
So, Steve, how about this weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, and the weather cooperated. It was
The
really
weather
pretty
cooperated.
nice. Worked
you
on
watch any-
taxes a little bit. That was very. Oh
Taxes.
man, you talk
Well,
about
taxes
thrilling.
would probably be better than that football game that was on. Do you know anything about that?
I know nothing about the Super Bowl game in which the team that I adopted.
I think maybe Penn can help
Why
us out
do we
here.
even have this on the screen?
Well, Steve, I have a gift for you. I have a gift for you.
Do you have a New England Patriots jersey you want to give
Well,
me or something?
no, but I brought my card that I had last week, and I brought one for you too.
Okay.
I just,
Well,
I'm
I'm a
stealing.
Peyton Manning fan. My sister is a big Peyton Manning fan. So Kathy, your team won. Mine didn't even show up. They were shopping or something, but I tell you what, Carolina did not show up. So yeah, congratulations to your
Yes.
team. You can keep the card for me.
Okay.
And
I'll put it in your office.
really, I had to see a therapist after that Super Bowl game because that was terrible. That was terrible. Denver. So, well, speaking of heartbreak, did you know that the heart beats approximately 100,000 times a day?
I didn't.
I got all this kind of trivia, and I think Penn has some trivia for us too. We'll see what he can throw up there for us. But look at this. More than 50% of the cards are sold during what? The actual week of the holiday, and the largest and most elaborate Valentine's Day card is sold just a couple days before. But you and me, we've got our
Where's
cards.
that?
We bought our cards a long, long time ago.
I did.
Thank you, Penn, for putting that up there. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:34. Thanks for joining us. Let's look at the current temperatures across the state that Penn put together for us. We're going to look at my hometown of Perry, Oklahoma. It's 35 degrees right now. And folks, if you're traveling down to the southeast part of the state at Wilburton, right now it's 35, but I think overall today it's going to be up into the 50s. Lenapaw, I've been there. That's 30 in the northeast. Down to Walters, 43. How about been to Cheyenne and Roston?
Roston, I've not been there, but
Okay.
I actually have a friend who just moved up
Okay,
there.
all right.
So hopefully gonna make a trip soon.
Okay, so that's the statewide temps for us this morning, so as you're planning your day. And then let's look real quick at the three-day forecast with
Yes.
Ashley.
The weekend, we're gonna see some sun until Sunday, it looks like. They're talking clouds, maybe some rain on Sunday, but we're gonna stay right around the 50s. So that's good, at least, you know, we're gonna try to keep some of this heat from yesterday. Hold on to it as long as I can anyways.
Before we go to the news, one more piece of trivia. Did you know it says a good laugh or is good medicine, they say? It says a hearty laugh, 20% more of the blood flows through the body as you're laughing. Did you know
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely.
So laughter is good is good medicine.
It's good
So-
medicine. Anyways, I think it is time to
the
go
bow
to
tie
the
guy.
bow tie guy. Sorry.
Oklahoma House Committee approves a property crimes bill. It has been sent to the full House for a vote. And a New York abortion rights group appeals an Oklahoma abortion law ruling, claiming the law violates the state constitution requirement that legislation cover a single subject. Yesterday, Ingrid Williams, the wife of Oklahoma City Thunder assistant Monty Williams, died from the injuries sustained in Tuesday's multiple vehicle car crash in Oklahoma City. Wings of Rescue, a nonprofit organization, will fly 80 homeless pets from Oklahoma City to Seattle in hopes of finding them a home and a new leash on life. Did you know the month of February is American Heart Month, and this week is Congenital Heart Disease Awareness Week? Well, it's a fact. Approximately 40,000 infants are born with a congenital heart defect, making it the most common of all birth defects. And people with high blood pressure are 3 times more likely to die from heart disease compared to those with normal blood pressure. And speaking of the heart, approximately 1 billion Valentine cards and 220 million roses are sent each year during Valentine's Day in America. And Americans spend about $20 billion a year on this holiday alone. This day in history, February 11, 1753, the first patients are admitted to Pennsylvania Hospital, which was America's first hospital officially chartered and founded in 1751 by Benjamin Franklin and Dr. Thomas Bond. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Man, that's a wealth of information.
It is.
Thank you, Derrick.
It is.
I appreciate that very much. Besides the news, all this heart stuff. That's great.
It's fantastic.
Good job.
And then speaking of information, remember, Enid, to contact us with anything, any events, birthdays,
Time to bring up
special
the cows.
occasions. Yes, let's ask Steve. Anything you want to, suggestions, comments, pictures. We love it. You can send those to asksteve@enid.org. I think we've got some sound effects issues this morning.
Yeah,
maybe.
that was Penn providing that. Tell us about your moo cows. You got some baby moo cows? You're
We
up to
do.
5?
We do. We have 5 babies now. We have 1 bottle calf. His name is Norman.
The big old bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's been
Take
fun.
some pictures. Bring them for next week. So
I will. I'll send him to Ask Steve.
Yeah, very good. Excuse me. Did you know that thump thump sound on your heart when you hear that thump thump sound? You know what that is?
You're going to tell me.
I'm going to tell you. According to unofficial folks, that's when the 4 valves are closing on your heart. Thump. Do you know that?
Well, at least I know
I'm
it's
just a
working.
wealth of information today.
I
So is
know,
Derrick.
You did your
Derrick.
homework.
Yeah,
You
I did my
did.
research. Yeah,
Good
some of
job,
us did
guys.
our research. So, well, let's talk about one of my favorite topic is food. Let's see what the grade schools are having. Ashley, tell us for Thursday.
Absolutely.
What are we going to eat today
Thursday.
at the grade school?
It's looking like they're going to have Frito chili pie, zucchini slices. I'm a
doggies.
huge fan of zucchini. Steamed corn, apple slices, a chocolate chip cookie. We got to have that dessert and milk.
And then tomorrow will be my favorite. We're going to line up and have cheeseburgers, pork and beans. Oh man, I can't wait. Carrot sticks, I had those last night. Pickles, my favorite. Diced peaches. Why can't we just say peaches? But no, they're diced peaches. And we're having milk. Anyway, for pre-K to the 5th grade, that's what we're having for Thursday and Friday. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, we need to go to our special guest. We have a special guest?
Very excited. Very excited to hear what she has to say.
Right, it's time for One-on-One with Jomara.
Good morning, Enid. Our special guest today is Dr. Jill Vilaythong. She's an internal medicine doctor at St. Mary's. We're very glad that she joined us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We are discussing heart health issues today in our Valentine's show. And I was looking at some statistics from the Oklahoma Department of Health. And Oklahoma is ranked number 5 in the nation as one of the top 5 states having the highest heart disease death rates among the nation. Those statistics are pretty alarming. Why do you think this is, or is it something being done about this?
You're right, the numbers are pretty staggering. Heart disease is a leading cause of death in Oklahoma, and as well as the nation at large, so it's a major health problem. In Oklahoma, the state has initiated a number of programs to help improve those outcomes. One way is by promoting education about heart disease, cardiovascular disease, and promoting awareness of risk factors for heart disease. One of them being cigarette smoking. Oklahoma is 26% of the population currently smoke, and that's higher than the national average. And that cigarette smoking increases your risk of a heart attack 2 times compared to a non-smoker. And so Oklahoma has initiated programs to, help promote, help people to quit smoking. They have tobacco helplines where people can call in to get support to quit smoking or get access to smoking cessation aids. Oklahoma has also implemented policies to prohibit smoking in certain public places. So in that way, they're trying to reduce the negative effects of smoking to the public health. So those are kind of specific ways that Oklahoma is trying to improve those numbers.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Also, I want to know, we hear about heart conditions and we know that there are things that can cause our heart conditions, saying like our habits, smoking, maybe not exercising enough, maybe we don't have such a healthy diet. But I wonder if most heart conditions or even some are more genetic predisposed, other than our habits.
So certainly genetics does play a factor in cardiovascular disease. If you have a first-degree relative, such as your parents, a child, or a sibling with heart disease, then you are at an increased risk, especially if they were diagnosed at a younger age. For instance, a male relative who was diagnosed at an age younger than 55, or a female relative who was less than 65 years of age when she was diagnosed. So those are risk factors that you cannot change, but there are certainly a number of risk factors that you can change. For instance, if you smoke, quit smoking. We also recommend eating a healthy diet and exercising, because those lifestyle changes can reduce your blood pressure, promote weight reduction and reduce obesity, prevent the onset of diabetes or help you control your diabetes. It also lowers the bad cholesterol that can promote cardiovascular disease. So those are risk factors that you can modify.
And speaking about exercise, I've read at the American Heart Association website that there's several recommendations. For example, for an overall cardiovascular health, they mentioned 30 minutes of exercise, and then 25 minutes if you do it like 3 days per week, and also for lowering blood pressure, they say 40 minutes. So all these numbers from 25 to 40 minutes, what's your recommendation of exercise timing?
So I usually tell patients, if they're starting on an exercise regimen, to do at least 30 minutes of some moderate strenuous exercise, such as brisk walking, and they can start maybe 3 times a week and work up to 5 times a week, or even 7 times a week. But really, there's no exercise that's perfect for everybody. Even if you can't tolerate that duration or that intensity, I think any sort of physical activity is better than none, because a sedentary lifestyle is a known risk factor for cardiovascular disease. I also recommend that people do what you feel you're capable of doing on a routine basis, and something you enjoy. For instance, jogging or walking outside, if you enjoy swimming or rowing, or even working on the elliptical machine. Those are all great ways. I also recommend that you schedule it into your weekly schedule. Set a time and a day, and make it a routine, and that way it helps you to adhere to that regimen.
And what happens to our heart when we exercise? I guess, we think about the benefits of exercising, okay, losing weight and our bodies are getting toned, but what happens to our heart when we exercise?
Well, exercise helps to reduce blood pressure. Again, it also helps to promote weight reduction, prevent obesity. It helps you to manage your diabetes or to prevent the onset of diabetes. It also lowers adverse cholesterol that can promote cholesterol buildup in the arteries. And it also reduces inflammation, which has also been known to promote cardiovascular disease.
Okay, well, thank you. Now let's talk about stroke. Again, the numbers are really alarming, staggering, like you mentioned. Oklahoma still at the top 5 on the list. And it's also a cause of death among women at a higher rate than men. So why are these numbers so alarming for women especially?
Women.
Yeah.
Well, in Oklahoma specifically, it's not surprising because we have, again, 26% of the population currently smoke, which is higher than the national average. We have a high rate of obesity. About 30% of people are obese. Over half, they estimate, people don't engage in aerobic exercise. 35% of people with hypertension. So those are all risk factors that increase the risk for stroke. In terms of women, for the past 30 years, the death of women from stroke or cardiovascular disease has exceeded that of men. The reason for that, can't quite pinpoint, but it may be related to the fact that women get heart disease on an average 10 years later than men, or perhaps that their first episode of a heart attack, more than half of those women, they die from it and they never had preceding symptoms. It's hard to say. But in general, it's still true that men are at greater risk for heart disease and that they tend to have heart disease earlier than women.
Okay. So do you think that maybe women are leaning on these numbers in these statistics because we tend to care for others and not, we keep putting off going to the doctor because we want to take care of our families and everybody else but us? Do you think that might be one of the causes why women are leading that chart?
You're right, that may be part of the reason women tend to be the caretakers, and maybe they overlook their own health. And so they put others before them. So that may be part of it.
All right. Now, stress. We've talked about stress and stroke, and now stress and heart health. We all seem to be very busy. Everyone is always running places, work, family, you juggle everything. Does that impact your heart health?
Studies have shown that stress can increase your risk for cardiovascular disease. When you have excessive stress or anxiety, you release hormones called epinephrine, which increases your heart rate. You also release a hormone called cortisol, which increases your blood pressure. It causes fluid retention. And those two hormones can increase your risk of heart disease. So that certainly seems to be true.
Wow. Well, it's good to know because we keep talking about stress, but it impacts more than we think on our health. Now, Dr. Vilaythong, before we leave, what are the signs and symptoms that we need to look for before making that determination that I need to see my medical provider? What is it that we need to look for?
The most common symptom is chest pain, or what is called angina, and it's often described as a sensation of pressure or tightness or fullness, often in the chest, but sometimes people feel it in their neck, their shoulders, their jaw, even in their back. Other signs and symptoms include shortness of breath, palpitations, or feeling like your heart is racing or beating irregularly. Other symptoms include nausea, having swelling in your legs, also feeling tired. So those are alarming signs that tell you should probably see a doctor to get evaluated.
Well, Dr. Vilaythong, thank you very much for joining us this morning and for providing such great information about heart health. I think we all learned something new today. And if you need more information, you can contact Dr. Jill Vilaythong at St. Mary's Regional Medical Center. And the information is on the screen. Or you can also visit your medical provider and just discuss what your symptoms are and make sure to take care of yourself. Now, let's watch our department head video. And this morning, we have Sarah Delangel.
Hello, my name is Sarah Delangel. I serve as the Solid Waste Supervisor. The Solid Waste Department is responsible for monitoring solid waste operations to ensure that they remain safe, secure, and well-maintained. We ensure facilities and equipment meet environmental, health, and security standards and comply with government regulations. We oversee the recycle program and search for areas to expand. If I can be of assistance to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:51. Thanks for staying with us. It's still clear outside, but a cold 36 degrees, and the wind's out of the north at 14, if you want to know that. However, it's going to be sunny and 53 today, so won't be 78, but it's still, it could be snow up to our waist in February in Oklahoma. So
Exactly. I'll
this is
take what
good.
I can get.
And we want to say, again, special thanks to Dr. Jill Vilaythong for a wealth of information. Great job, Jomara, and we appreciate that interview, and also hope that information is helpful to you. So, okay, in case you missed the news, what can we do next?
Let's go ahead and go back to Derrick, the bow tie guy.
Oklahoma House Committee approves a property crimes bill, and a New York abortion rights group appeals an Oklahoma abortion law ruling. Yesterday, the wife of an Oklahoma City Thunder assistant died from injuries sustained in a multiple vehicle car crash. Wings of Rescue will fly 80 homeless pets from Oklahoma City to Seattle in hopes of finding them a new home. Did you know the month of February is American Heart Month, and this week is Congenital Heart Disease Awareness Week? Well, it's a fact. Approximately 40,000 infants are born with congenital heart defect, making it the most common of all birth defects, and people with high blood pressure are 3 times more likely to die from heart disease. Speaking of the heart, approximately 1 billion Valentine cards and 220 million roses are sent each year during Valentine's Day in America. And Americans spend about $20 billion a year on the holiday alone. This day in history, February 11, 1753, the first patients are admitted to Pennsylvania Hospital. In sports tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder plays the New Orleans Pelicans at 7 p.m. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Thank you, Derrick, the bow tie guy. Thunder, let's go. Let's play well tonight. So, I'd like to keep in mind at 8 o'clock when our show's complete, we have a City Connection show. We have Jay Curtis Huckleberry and also Alan Klepper, 2 local radio guys here in Enid. They're celebrating 30-plus years in broadcasting. I had the opportunity to interview them. And so that full interview will take place at 8 this morning.
And you've known them for quite some time, haven't you, Steve?
I've known them a long time.
Yeah.
12, 13 months. You know,
12, 13 months.
So, okay, if you're planning for the weekend, Ashley, tell us about the weather, please.
3-day forecast for the weekend, Steve. It's still going to stick around the 50s. It's going to get a little bit chillier on Sunday is what I'm told, though.
Okay.
Maybe expect some rain, clouds, wind. But until then, we can enjoy the weekend with a little bit of sunshine.
Until then.
Until then.
Okay, here's a little, put your hands together like this, which is a little test. Clasp your hand. According to the research that I uncovered this past week, the size of the normal heart is the size of 2 clasped hands.
I think it's like that, though.
Well, clasp this way or that. It doesn't matter. Just put them together, will you? Anyway, I thought that's interesting. So
It is interesting.
thank you
So,
for agreeing with me that it's interesting.
I have bigger hands than most girls,
Yeah.
so that just means I have a bigger heart, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so. All right. It's 7:54. Thanks for joining us here on Good Morning Enid. And the elementary school menu, if we can pull that up for just a moment. Today,
Today
we're
they're
having...
gonna have some good food today. Frito chili pie, zucchini slices, steamed corn apple slices, that chocolate chip cookie, and some milk.
cheeseburgers tomorrow. Pork and beans. Can't wait to stand in line for that. Carrot sticks, pickles, diced peaches. Easy for you to say, and we'll throw in some milk to wash down that cheeseburger. So, I'd like to remind everybody that President's Day is coming up next Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, And that's going to be a holiday, so the city offices, are you off?
I am.
Okay.
So are the kids. The schools are closed
Okay,
too.
the schools will be out.
Yeah.
And you can see. Thank you, Penn, for putting that up there. But EPTA will not be running, and library is going to be closed. However, I talked to Cody Lack yesterday, and he said, weather permitting, the golf course will be open next Monday. So it'll probably be 50-degree weather. And you see what the landfill is going to be open for abbreviated hours. But your trash pickup next Monday, that's going to be Wednesday, like a typical holiday. So keep that in mind. So, well, it's time for a little pet promo, and then we have a little special ending we're going to do. It's 7:55. Good morning, Enid. We're glad that you're with us on our Valentine's show. Let's see if we can help adopt some pets, and we'll be right back after this.
I work out at Animal Control. I am the new volunteer and adoption coordinator out here. We had several adoptions today, which is great, but we definitely need to keep up the effort. We are located at 1200 South 10th here in Enid, Oklahoma, and our phone number is 580-249-4910.
Good morning, Enid, and we want to welcome back Shayna. She's going to be back in a few weeks with us, and she's a full-time mom, brand new mom, and Willow Grace is doing well, the daughter, so we appreciate that report. It's 7:56, holding steady at 36 degrees. Well, this is our Valentine's show, and Dane's going to help me out here. Sunday is February 14th, and that's Valentine's, and I thought since I'm always thinking of others, and Dane's helping me out here. Dane, you want to deliver some of these packages? Yeah, okay. And then Jomara gets some chocolate, and Dr. Vilaythong gets some. So you can, on TV, you can take all those things back that you said about me. Anyway, we want to say Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and to you three young ladies.
Thank
It's our
you,
special.
Steve.
You're welcome. And what else is happening on
Sunday?
On
we
Sunday.
have another big announcement on Sunday.
Okay.
Jomara's birthday is also on Sunday.
She's wearing a little. She's wearing a little hat.
We want to wish her a very happy birthday as well. You know, we love having her. She's a fantastic.
We want to put a variety of numbers up there for people to. You could have 59, 49. 19, and you just pick a number, but...
I think we'll stick around maybe 19.
Yeah.
I think that sounds good.
So anyway, a happy Valentine's Day to everybody on Sunday, and then Jomara, happy... how old are you going to be?
Thank you, Steve.
Oh, she's not...
No.
I thought we'd try.
Then it's going to be on there forever.
Yeah.
Did you know that the heart valve, according to research, they say it's the size of a $50. Just all kinds of wealth of information this morning. So we've got about 30 seconds before we have to go. Have we forgotten of anything else to say? Are we through?
I'm going to say thank you one
You're
more time.
welcome. You're welcome.
And don't forget your special gift either, Steve.
Come on, Patriots. maybe next year. We have to go. Thank you for joining us. Have a great Thursday. And high today is going to be 53. It's not going to be too bad. So anyway, thanks for joining us on Good Morning Enid. Until next time, make it a great day.